I'm not good enough. It's something that I'm sure has entered into our minds in one way, shape, or form. Whether it be I'm not good enough in my relationships, whether it be I'm not good enough in my work, maybe even I'm not good enough for the Lord. And in some respects, it's true. It's not like, we're good enough to belong to God's church, that to be a part of God's family, that we are morally good enough, that we're talented enough or whatever, that God's like, you know what? He or she, she's good. I'm gonna welcome them in. That's not how it works. We're reminded in the gospel today that we're not the ones that chose God. We're not the ones that signed up for his team, so to speak. He was the one that called us. Despite our brokenness, despite all the stuff that is wrong with us, that's not perfect, the Lord still calls us. And he makes us good enough. We may not be good enough of our own accord, but he makes us good enough. One of my favorite lines that I use for those who are discerning and honestly remind myself of quite frequently is, God does not call the equipped. He equips the called. And so it was not us who chose the Lord, but rather he chooses us. He equips us, and because of that, we will bear fruit, and bear fruit that will remain. So drawing on the Lord's strength today in the Eucharist, let us go bear fruit. Because even though we didn't choose him, he chose us. And because of that, we will bear fruit, and fruit that will last.